right, Coach. The second time we've faced this team this year, obviously coming away with the win was, I'm sure you're happy about that in some regard, but I know you're not 100% thrilled with the way that we played tonight, but still a win is a win. But coming in, having seen them earlier in the season, what did you do from a strategy perspective in preparing for this?
Well, not to take anything away from Johnson, they're a really well-coached team. They work really, really hard, and what they do really, really well. Their offense, they run like a machine. They know where they're supposed to be, and they get there and do their job. And while I feel like we should have won by a lot more, and I don't think we had a great night, some of that's due to Johnson. So, hats off to them. But as far as strategy from the last game to this, it was much of the same. I felt like we played, honestly, a better game at their place than we did here. But, overall, we just didn't – we seemed a little flat tonight. And I don't know if that was much to do with strategy as it was performance. In the first half, we were very stagnant on offense, changed up a few things and ran a few more sets in the second half. But strategy-wise, we definitely wanted to run the floor. I felt like we did that. Just a so-so job of that. We did it at times. We didn't finish well ever. I thought, our bigs did some good work, and then they wouldn't finish, or we'd get to the rim from the outside and not finish. So, I thought at times we did some good things, and then we wouldn't reward ourselves at the rim, or we'd have a good defensive stand and then give up an offensive rebound or something along those lines, and we just didn't click real well tonight.
Free to jump in anytime.
Last week we kind of had a problem finishing games out. Obviously we did a great job of that tonight. How did you?
Yeah, I got a little worried there. We're down to 3 or 5 points there within a couple minutes, but and you kind of think, oh boy, here we go again. But different opponents, different strategies. I really felt like we had the game in control most of the time, and I'm happy. But this is a team we could lose to easily, and so we're still, with 2 minutes, I think we had a timeout. They took a timeout, and I told our team we're still going to shoot the ball. If we push the ball up the floor, get an open three, we're still going to shoot it, and we love open layups. So if we can get to the rim, we're gonna take the layups. But after that initial push, then we're gonna pull it back, and we did that a couple of times really, really well. We pushed the ball up the floor, maybe got a look, maybe didn't, but pulled it out and ran some time off. And there was one possession in particular we ran the entire shot clock down almost within that 2 minute time frame, and that really, really hurt them time-wise, and so kind of put them in the crunch. And we did hit some free throws there at the end. That helped seal the deal, but our ball handling was pretty good against their pressure. They tried to pressure up instead of fouling. Was a little bit of their strategy, and we handled the ball okay, and finished better.
You got some good production from several role players, kind of either off the bench or ones that not necessarily in the spotlight the whole time. Bridget had 11 rebounds for us, as well as Sydney coming off the bench with 11 points, excuse me. So just talk about the play that you got. Not because you said first half we were struggling a little bit. Some of our starters not really having the game that they're used to having, but several other players coming in and having a good impact for us off the bench.
Well, yeah, part of our thinking going in is we've got this game tonight. We've got 2 really tough games coming up, and so we want to try to remain fresh. We also have some pretty talented freshmen, newcomers to the team that we want to start getting some experience on. Sarah and Sydney and Brianna, Mandy, and we want to get them some looks and try to get them comfortable on the floor. And in a game like this, that's a good opportunity to do that. And as you see, they can play. Maybe they don't know our stuff as well. They're still learning the college game a little bit, but they can play and produce, and they did. And we're going to need them at some point in time throughout the season. It might be tomorrow night. It might be in January, but we're going to need them, and we want them ready to step up. So that was a little bit of thought going in. They're going to get some minutes, and they did, and performed pretty well overall. You mentioned Bridget. I thought she rebounded really well and was going after the ball a lot tonight. I wish she would have, rewarded herself those rebounds, sometimes offensively. She needs to finish. And I think she easily could have a double-double. She got the 11 rebounds and just missed out on the points. But, she worked really, really hard tonight, I thought. As did, most everybody. But, again, overall we didn't click real well, but, it wasn't for lack of effort.
You're only up 3 points going into the second half. So as you go into the locker room, what were the biggest adjustments that you were thinking to make in the second half?
Well, we changed our offensive set a little bit. Instead of going with a straight-out motion, which we seemed a little stagnant in, we went to a little dribble drive offense and then ran some sets, and that really, really helped, I thought. I really thought those freshmen went in there. We had, at one point, I think, 4 freshmen on the floor with Sharon. Maybe we had 3 freshmen, Sharon and Bridget, but they brought some really good energy, and I think changed offensively a little bit. We're getting some transition buckets, at least some looks. So that was really good to see in the second half as well. But the biggest thing was changing our sets, going to a little dribble drive offense, and trying to make things happen.
Obviously, coming into this game, it was a 3-game losing streak. 2 of those games, real tough losses down the stretch. So how important was it to get a victory here tonight?
Yeah, definitely wanted to get off that losing train. We were on the wrong tracks there for a while, but it's good to get the W. And honestly, the wins and losses count. We can't say it doesn't, but I'm more concerned with how we played. And, I told the team in the locker room, I'm glad we played well enough to win, but we all know it. We weren't really us tonight. We can play a lot better. We have played a lot better, and we're going to play a lot better. And so, our performance isn't necessarily based on that scoreboard. We want to win, but we're more concerned with how we're playing, and we know, and the girls know when they're playing well. And tonight wasn't, the night where we were clicking. But again, you look at the score, the box score here, and we had a lot of people score. It was a good team effort. And, we just beat a quality team. Johnson challenged last year for the regional championship and beat Kentucky Christian, which is a perennial contender for the national championship. So, they're not a slouch of a basketball team, and, they're a good quality opponent. And so, some of our misfires are due to the fact that we're playing a good opponent that handles themselves really well on the court.
Entering our first region game tomorrow against Southern Wesleyan. We know that's going to be a tough battle here. We have them at home this first time. So what's the strategy and the quick turnaround really tomorrow?
Yeah, we got to be ready. They're playing tonight as well, and so it'll be 2 back-to-back games, for each of us going back-to-back and coming together tomorrow night. And they're a quality team. They won the regional championship 2 years in a row now, and so we know we're capable of playing with them. It's not going to be easy, and we got to be up for that challenge and have fun playing ball as well, and just go out and be us, do what we can do, move the ball offensively, take advantage off the bounce when we can, and then tomorrow really we're going to be looking inside the game, inside for the post to have a big game.